Ladies, gentlemen, welcome back. So today we're back with ranged tier list units from the Conqueror's Blade. And I think it's the time to do a tier list. And we'll see how the list will go. So first, before we go in, I changed a little bit the names. S means the best, meta, something like that. A is good, B is decent, C is weak, and D is bad. So practically C and D, I wouldn't really suggest using those units, but it's your choice in the end, right? From B, decent, A, good, and is best. Still good units, still can be used in battles, even though if you use them, the ones at B, if you use them, you might get flamed by your teammates, but whatever. Not important, right? Just play whatever you want. Now, before we do this tier list, I want to say this is my tier list. It's from my experience. And I know some of you may disagree. You know, you can take it with a little bit of salt. Because I know some of you will say it's bad, it's poor. I don't know, your experience, man. Whatever. Everyone has their own tier list, right? Maybe, I don't know. But it's pretty accurate. It's pretty more based on meta and how good they perform and everything, and how well they do in my games, how often do I see them, and I tried all of them. I generally tried all of them. So, without further ado, let's create this tier list, and please remember, it's my opinion, it's my tier list, it's my my experience in the games. Let's get going. So first, we have the peasants, that's how I call them. Levi Bowman and Archer Militia. Of course, they are not the best. They're bad. Both of them are just peasants to use for nothing. Practically, the only thing that you can get value out of these guys will be to get a trebuchet in them. You give them a cool skin, maybe, to make them look like they're important. The enemy attackers will believe, hey, look, those archers on the wall shooting at us, and they're gonna trebuchet in them. That's the only value you're gonna get out of it. There is nothing else you can get out of these guys. None at all. So, generally speaking, they bad, and you can use them as a meat shield to just bait some trebuchet. If you have some 100 points to take, from leadership that you need, and you have some leadership left and you want to take them to bait the enemy trebuchet, good. But that's the only value you get. Period. Iron Cap. Weak. Some people may disagree. Even if I will put them here, right? And then I put a tier 5 unit near this, it doesn't mean that the unit does better than the tier 5 units. This list, every single unit has its own tier list, you know? So they perform well in their B and their blue meta and things like that, okay? So it's a bit different, okay? Every single unit has their own tier list. So it doesn't mean that if you put it at A, at S best, doesn't mean that they perform better than a tier 5 unit. It's just that they have their own tier list. So that's been said, I think they're weak. There is only one musket unit in the blue tier era, which is a blue unit, which we're gonna get there, that are actually good in blue tier era. The only musket unit, which we're gonna talk about it soon. I don't like musket units in blue tier era at all. I think archers are better in blue era. Much better, not muskets. So these guys right here, the Iron Cap, they weak. Wouldn't really recommend it. Maybe if you put good doctrines in them, play them well, maybe. I don't know. The Deathmen, archers, these guys, I'll put them bad. Put them here. Better than Militia, of course. Not that good. Don't bring that much value. Never saw them performing. Saw them like 2 times in a battle when it was the blue tier era. Just absolutely not. The Deathman Crossbowman, a little bit better than these guys. Still weak, not recommended. In blue era, maybe you can make him work. I don't know. I won't even bother with them. Generally speaking, I don't really care. I really don't. I don't see them in my sight. Most of these guys, I even forget their names. A lot of people don't use them. They more like just a meat shield, bait some trebuchet if you want, and that's it. Iron Cap Archers. You get these guys for free while you're leveling up. I got them myself. I didn't level them up. Tried them a little bit, got some levels, just a little bit, and I just deleted them. Not gonna bother. There are better blue archers that you can use in blue era, so yeah, no, weak, just weak. Not bad, but they weak. So you get them for free at a certain level. I don't know, you have to do some quests. I don't remember it. I'm already turning myself, and I got them. They don't perform. They don't perform at all. The Desmen, Arquebusers, whatever their name is. These guys are a little bit better. They decent. For the blue era, they can perform. I'd say that they're not really the worst units or something. They okay. You know, they just fine. Not bad at all. These guys, which I even forget their name, I saw like once in battles. It's after the Iron Cap. What was their name? Don't remember, don't care. Absolutely bad, not even gonna count them at all. I saw them once or twice in battle, and they didn't do absolutely nothing. There are better blue archer units. Even these guys perform better. Put them at solid D, bad. Just, nah. Obviously better than these guys, but still bad. Not gonna count them at all. Another musket unit, C, weak. As I said, the only musket unit is just one that it performs really good. I don't like muskets in blue tier era. Don't use muskets in blue tier era. Use archers. Archers are the best in blue tier era. And I'm gonna show you which one is the best, right? That they perform really well, even in some tier 4, maybe in some tier 5. But muskets and blue era is just only one, and it's not these guys. I find them really weak. Maybe you can make them work, I don't know. Not gonna bother with them. C and D, I wouldn't suggest these units to be used. From B and S, you can use them. Why not? Rattan Vipers, I actually think they're actually pretty good. Better than these guys. They decent. They actually have some value. They don't. I saw them decently in my games, even in some tier 5 battles, which is a bit weird to see them. But not bad. I say they decent. You know, if you just play them well, I think you can just do something with it. Something about it. Not bad. Janissaries, these are the best musket and tier 3 era in the blue era. These are the best ones. I think you can use them even in tier 4, tier 5. They perform really well. They're really good. Easy to farm. There is a season. They're the first one to farm. Beautiful. If you like muskets and you prefer something lower, like a blue something, these guys are good. These guys are good. They really, really awesome. I love them myself. Sometimes I see them in tier 5. I'm gonna use them in tier 5 too soon enough. These are actually the best tier 3 muskets. The other muskets in tier 3 are just horrendous. I'm not gonna bother about it. Namkhan Archers. This is from the first season. Unfortunately, these guys are just bad. I think they're better than all these units. I think they're better than all of this. Maybe in blue era you could use them, but their poison just feels bad. There is no damage. On the poison, there is literally no damage. I don't know before they were better before, a few seasons ago, like many seasons ago actually. But I don't know, maybe they got nerfed. I can't tell you. I came back to the game, completely useless, easy to kill. Their poison feels absolutely non-existent. They cool, they look cool. They're 32 units, troops if in a unit, if I remember correctly. I use them in blue era because I play since the beginning of the season. And no, I'm not having a good time with them. They weak. Wouldn't recommend touching the first season at all. Moving on. Fire archers are actually very good. Fire archers in blue era are the best, are S tier. I'd put them S tier, but the problem with fire archers is they're gonna fall on a tier 4, tier 5. There is like fire resistant, things like that, so they're not that good. They use their ammo very fast. I'm gonna put it at A, better than Janissaries. Actually not better than Janissaries. No, 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 absolutely not. Because Janissaries, you can use them even in tier 4, even in tier 5. These guys using them in tier 4, tier 5 are not the greatest choice. I still think they have the damage, but there are a lot of units that, not only with the shields increase and everything, but there is the fire resistant, you know, so they fall pretty hard. I know some people will put them a little bit lower, but I think these guys in S tier, as a blue unit, you may play them even in tier 5, they actually perform really well. They the best in tier 3 era. And they're not bad. I don't think they're bad. I think they deserve their own a tier list, you know. His own tier list, I think it deserves it. I think it does. Not better than Janissaries. Not better than Janissaries. Prefecture Archers. These guys are really awesome, especially in the tier Lokera. I will put them first in a good, because you get them for free, first of all, and their damage is actually good. They have a lot of value. Even in tier 4 era, I saw these guys a lot of times. Decent damage, not bad at all, and you get them for free. If you want a blue ranged units, I think that fire archers and these guys are actually pretty good as archers. They're pretty solid. I put them in A because I think they deserve it, and they're actually pretty nice. I like them myself. They perform. They bring a lot of value, not gonna lie. From all the blue era, I think they just really good. Zicalian Militia. I remember all their names now, because they are a level higher tier, obviously. Absolutely good. Yes, with Zicalian Militia is a bit questionable how you play it. If you play it correctly, it's the best. It's S tier. Really good ranged unit. A little bit closer, but it's still a ranged unit. But if you play it poorly, because you can die really easily, and they don't have melee attack, they cannot fight in melee form, just throw the bombs, then they will deserve like a C or a D. It depends how you play them. If you play them correctly, they S tier. I love them. You can break anything. You can just turn games around, you know, in a defense. People attacking together, you just throw all the bombs, those coconuts, whatever they are, just throw them in their face and you burn them all. It doesn't matter because they have shield. It doesn't matter because they tanky. It doesn't matter how high tier level they are. They burn and they do a lot of damage. Absolutely good units. Definitely going S tier. And I would suggest you to unlock them, actually. Not bad. The healing archers. So the healing archers are not bad. Not bad at all. But you use these guys from the 2 seasons ago, the Knight season, only to heal. You don't really use them for damage. They lack in. They don't have no damage. They don't do damage like Janissaries or Prefecture Archers or even Ratan. But their healing is actually really good. So if your teammates fight into the front line and you just throw the healing there, that's a lot of healing. The healing is actually pretty good. So I'm gonna put him at B. I'm gonna put him better than the Vipers because these guys can heal a lot. That's what you use them. You use them as a support unit. You don't use them for something else. Just pure support unit. And that's it. Just nothing else but support unit. I think they're better than these guys. Just because of the heal. It depends how you play them. If you pick them, remember one thing. It's only healing, not damage. They won't do damage. So only healing. And the healing is really awesome. So yeah, if you want to be a team support, heal your allies. I don't think they're weak. I think they're just decent, you know. Slingers, absolutely pathetic slingers. It's a disappointment. Maybe they do better than these guys. Maybe. I'm not even really sure. I tried them myself. I got pissed. They feel so weak. Even in tier era, they feel just generally so weak. I don't know. You're throwing stones, man. It doesn't really feel that powerful, you know. Maybe they're gonna get a buff in the future, I don't know. But for me, they're gonna go weak. Probably even weaker than Namkan. So yeah, just nah. Just let him go. Let him be weak. It's fine. Now here people might disagree with me a lot. I think a lot of you would hate it, but the last season was one of the most broken seasons, and these units are still broken to these days, like Wu Wei, the cavalry, and even the feather crossbowmen. Yes, the feather crossbowmen are an S tier. Why? Their damage is insane. They have a skill. You press the second skill, 20-second CD. All the time you get a kill or something, you get the CDR lower. And the biggest deal about them, it's not only that they do massive damage, they can kill heroes if you hit. It's that they can actually stop cavalry, if I remember correctly. Practically when you shoot those lightning arrows with the second skill that you have, it can actually stop an advance. It's insane. These archers right here are my favorite at the moment. Just generally my favorite, and they so good. I know some people will say, oh no, they're not that good. Try them yourself. Even with decent doctrines, these guys just gonna burn you. They're gonna get you so much kills. Definitely S tier. I'm not gonna change this idea. I think they're actually beautiful, especially in blue tier lock era. They perform absolutely amazing. Even now in S tier and tier 5 era, I'm actually taking them sometimes and I perform and I get a bunch of kills. They good. They really good. Rata Marksman, better than all of them. Definitely S tier, a full mastery. They better than them, absolutely, I'm not denying that. Rata Marksman are probably the best choice you can take, especially in blue tier era. This guy's just gonna bully you all the game. The poison, the slow. You hate to see Rata Marksman in blue era. You hate it. You despise it. Even if you, as Dodachi, short sword, whatever, you wanna get close to them, you will die. You will die. If they focus you, you will die. They kill you, it doesn't matter. There's nothing you can do about it. Good units. For their era, they're... As a blue unit, these guys right here, they overperform in tier 5, generally speaking. I'm not saying that they perform better than tier 4, tier 5, but they perform really good. They deserve to be the best in the game, period. Imperials. Now for the purple era, Imperials are really good. Imperials are really good, and if played correctly, you can just do so much. You can just... It can be a monster with Imperials. I'll put him at S. I'm a bit... To put him at good, actually, not S, because there are other better purple units, you know. So I think they deserve to be A. There is some other ranged unit, musket, that actually perform way better. Well, not really way better, but they just good. So there is something else better that I want to put at S best. I don't think they're bad. I think they're actually really good, used correctly. They're a bit harder to use, and a lot of people kind of use them poorly, which is sad, and that's why I don't want to put it at best. They good though. Imperials are really good. Imperials are really good purple units. Absolutely brilliant ranged units. Mashlo Gashigaru, I don't want to put him weak, but they just decent. They just generally decent. I'm gonna put him here because they're better than these guys for sure, probably. They're not that good at the moment. I think they maybe deserve a little bit of love. I would put them at C, to be honest. I don't think they're performing right now. No one even takes them. A lot of people say that the rate of fire is really weak. So I don't know what to say about them. I'm generally speaking, I don't know what to say about them. I don't want to put them weak, but they might deserve it to stay here. Or just gonna put them B. It's okay. Let them be decent. Just let them be decent. It's fine. Imperial Archers, people will hate it because some said, oh, but you put Imperial Archers at S tier, in purple tier, blah blah blah. These guys are massive right now, with the mastery and everything. I am on a Dachi, I cannot get close to them, I'm getting shotted. Their damage is disgustingly insane, they shoot very fast, they're really good. They actually, for archers, these guys are purple era, they actually perform a lot. And I see them every single game. I have a friend who uses them, and I believe they have like full mastery. Always gets bunch of kills. Bunch. I think these guys are massive. Just generally massive, no matter what. So I'm putting it at S tier, even though you may disagree. Again, it's my list. Maybe yours is different. But from my experience, these guys are always in my games, and they annoy me all the time. Fusiliers are the best at the moment. Best ranged units at the moment, generally speaking. I'm not even joking about. There is one tier 5 that I think it's better than them, but we're gonna get there. From the purple era, they the best. Oh, and by the way, they are the best, same as these guys, they're really good, because of mastery. If these guys don't have masteries, you don't have them full masteries, then they're gonna get like decent. But if you have full mastery, you're gonna get like best. Why? Because you gain speed, you gain more ammo on veteran, on unit mastery. So the more you kill, the more you shoot. Attack speed is pretty good, damage is pretty good. These guys are a monster right now. Better even than Tercios, which you're gonna get there. They are really, really good. Best, probably one of the best ranged units in the game at the moment. One of the best, top 3 best ranged units at the moment. Definitely suggesting to go for these guys if you like ranged units. Longbow. Longbow, unfortunately, it's very controversial. So I'm gonna tell you why. Longbow can counter any single range units that you see here. It can counter anyone, anything. Any single range units with longbow, you can destroy them. The problem is that longbow is not used correctly. Why? When people pick longbow, they attack the enemy shieldman, enemy very heavy armor units, melee units, cavalry, heroes. I don't know why, but longbow is meant to attack the enemy ranged units. I'm playing against people that are 2000 level or more. I get many of those games. And I see longbow very often. And all the time, 99% of the players, they never take longbow to aim the enemy ranged units. There is maybe 1% of the players who are gonna get into a game, play with a cavalry, whatever, then they see the enemy have ranged units, they pick longbow, and then you just aim the enemy range units. After they kill the enemy range units, they go back, they change the longbow, pick something else, and play the game. That's how you play longbow. But I see it. A lot of people unlock this class, these units, and they do so poorly because they keep shooting at the enemy shields. Why? Just why? Longbow is only to counter the enemy range units. If used correctly, they are S. They are the best. They're literally, because you counter every single ranged units in this game. However, a lot of people play them so poorly, and this is why I'm gonna put it at A. I'm gonna put him here. I'm gonna put him here. I'm not gonna put him better than these guys. I don't think they're better than these guys. I'm gonna put him like here. I'm gonna put it in A. Good. I'd like to put him on B because a very, very many amount of players, even experienced players, competitive players, whatever they want to call themselves, they use longbow like just like Imperial archers, you know, that's how they use them. It's terrible. It's a terrible move. But if used correctly, they could deserve S. They could deserve S. But unfortunately, I'm going to put it at A. I'm going to put it good. Use them correctly, they're going to get S. Or I would put them like A or B. B mostly from my experience, but I think they're good because you can counter every single ranged unit. So if you use them correctly, these guys are an S tier. They're not better than these guys, in my opinion, or these guys, but they do their job. They could be S tier if played correctly, but I'm not going to put it S tier because everyone just plays them poorly. I don't know. Now, moving on. Pavis Crossbowman, unfortunately, no decent. I see a lot of people playing them. Maybe they came back into the game and I'm missing something. I feel like they lack in damage. I even put them at, I would put them even at C, but I don't think they that, you know, weak to not play them at all. I think they're just decent. Maybe you can make them play. I love their shield. There is some longbow in the game. There is some Imperial archers, whatever, and you just shield yourself. That's really awesome, you know. I think they're decent. They just decent. I see them very often. Not really something special. They deserve some love, but they're not bad. You know, they're better than Ashigaru, that's for sure. In my opinion, I think they are. Falconetti are actually really good. If used correctly, Falconetti are actually really good, because Falconetti are pretty difficult to use. They have insane amount of range, and if you put them into the battle and if you don't hide them or protect them, the enemy hero is just gonna search for you. And the problem is they cost a lot of leadership, so you have to be very careful. But if used correctly, Falconetti gonna just destroy every single unit you have. They're just gonna bombard you to death, especially when you attack and the enemy sits on the point to defend it, you know, and your teammates attack and you just bombard everyone, and they're absolutely beautiful. I love these guys. I think they're actually really good. Not S tier, but they're good. Houndsman, they're not that bad, but I'm gonna put it at solid B. I think they're decent. They're a bit annoying against cavalry because the dogs, you know, keep attacking. You slow the cavalry because you have that ability. You don't have much range, unfortunately, so that's kind of the downfall of it, you know. But they're not bad. They're not bad. I think they're just decently speaking. Because of the dogs, and you know, you attack pretty fast. That's it. Nothing really special about it. Tercios, whatever you want to call them. Solid. They solid actually as tier list units. But I'm gonna put them here, right in front of Imperial archers. Why? They're not bad. I love that they shoot really fast, the second skill. So if the enemy hero tries to approach you, just bombard him with bullets. They're very tanky, so they don't die really easily. But they don't perform better than Fusiliers. Why? Because Fusiliers mastery points is just too good. Fusiliers, not mastery points, I'm sorry. Mastery units, mastery level. They're just way better. Fusiliers are just way better. Hands down, nothing to do about it. But they're good. As an S tier, tier 5, they actually perform really good. I like them a lot to myself. But not better than Fusiliers. But they're decent. They're decent troops because of their... I love that they're just tanky. But Fusiliers are tanky too, by the way. Just saying. And these guys, Shenji Grenadiers, I think they're actually even better. They bring more value than these guys right here in general because of the bombs. So if there is a blockade, there is spearmen, there is pike guards, there's more shields, whatever. You throw the bombs perfectly fine, and you do so much damage to the enemy. And you break the shields too, because they fall to the ground, you know. I think they're actually really good, and I definitely put them to the top here, because I find them to be actually really powerful if used in right hands. I still believe the Fusiliers are better, because at the moment they're the best unit mastery on ranged classes in my opinion, and ranged units in my opinion, and they perform really well, so we keep them there. Fusiliers still one of the greatest. And not least, people will hate me here, I don't care, best ranged units in the game, these ones. Because they burn you to the death, you get close to them. They have lower range, obviously. Something like Zicalian. I believe Zicalian have a bit higher range. But these guys just turn a fight around with ease. You approach with 10 troops, 10 melee troops, right? And you face these guys, and there is some shieldmen in front of them. And you just defend them. You give them a few seconds, you're just gonna burn you to death. Period. These guys turn the fights around with ease. Doesn't matter because you're tanky, the same as Zicalian. But they have double the damage than Zicalian, you know? Doesn't matter because you're tanky, because you have 10 shields one after another. It just doesn't matter, man. They burn. Even heroes. I tried to approach them with my Nodachi, and I just keep, you know, shaking because I get burned. And nah, these guys are the best right now. Some people will disagree with it. Maybe they will say Fusiliers is even better. I agree, Fusiliers are really good. Even the Imperials, I think they're really good. But these guys are just the best. Flamethrowers, Sifonarioi, I'm not gonna say the name. Let it go. Flamethrowers are really good. So this is my list. A lot of you will disagree. I respect it. I hope I didn't trigger a lot of people, because I did trigger some with my older lists, especially professional higher level players. You know, I did trigger many of them, but it's my list, my opinion, from what I see in the game, how well they perform, how many times they pick it, how strong they are, how meta they are. This is the list, and it's pretty accurate, even if you like it or not. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it helps you, and I wish you a really good day.